name is Chase Johnson. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and we have used C3 Group several times on some of our large loss commercials and our higher end residential for their appraisal services and their public adjusting services. Their knowledge of the market, of the ever-changing regulations, and their ability to create a very thorough estimate from an understanding of construction and the management of the project.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here with our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast, sponsored by C3 Group and Maryland Law Group. Got a little bit to go over from yesterday, talk about what's going to be possible for today. Before any of that, if you're having issues with our new website or new app, or if you're just new to hail trace in general, you need some guidance, we can set up a training. Give us a call or message us here on Facebook or wherever you can contact us, and we will be happy to set that up for you. The number to call will show up at the end of this video. Before we talk about today, yesterday we had a nice little surprise event in the Lubbock area. We had a rogue moving supercell that fired off storms pretty much on top of Lubbock and impacted Lubbock. And we include everything, including San Angelo, Texas. There was up to 3-inch hail and a handful of storms yesterday. A small section of Lubbock itself got up to baseball-size hail. Biggest hail ended up being these little towns like Slaton that was off to the south and east. About 65,000 homes impacted. Look at all these hailstones here. A lot of really big hail. Personally, this one was really big, over 3 inches, spiky little hail, and then a lot of these nice rounded white hard hailstones impacting that area. So check that map out on the website now. So forecast for today, and I forgot to animate the purple thing there. We have up to 3-inch hail possible. You can see I'm kind of going between Omaha and Kansas City. I think that we have a boundary set up generally right about here. It's just south of Omaha right now. Might move a little further north, might meander a little bit south. Storms will fire off of it today, and there will be large hail. Big problem is we want that boundary to move south a bit more if you want Kansas City to really see a chance for hail. I think what might happen is a lot of storms happen at once, and then by the time it moves down to Kansas City, we might be into a more of a squall line that's more minimal hail producing. But it is possible that I have that 10% chance, but that's for at least quarter-size hail. The really big hail, I'd say a much lower chance unless something changes pretty drastically. So, yes, unfortunately, the hail repellent that Kansas City has might continue. Omaha, you're at a 5% chance. If things shift further north, that could go up dramatically because you'll be right where storms may fire. But I think the storm's going to fire just to your south. Chicago, I give you a 5%. A couple models are showing storms deciding to move right through the metro area there, but not all of them are showing it, so I'm really keeping those chances pretty tempered. It's a pretty isolated shot. And then elsewhere off to the west, pretty low-end chance, some very isolated storms extending all the way from about Rapid City down to Mexico, and any of those storms could have a 2-inch, even bigger hail. Obviously, yesterday proved that, you know, if conditions are right and things explode, you get these environments here in the end of June can make very large hail, but just kind of sticking towards that 2-inch hail possible. Again, very isolated storms will be forming along there. So that's what we're looking at for today. Here's that future radar. The most recent run shows just a rogue supercell. This one gets very close to Omaha, so I'm watching that carefully. If you have that one supercell, that would definitely be a big-time hail producer. But this particular run shows nothing in Kansas City, which I know a lot of folks would not be too happy about. Storms in southern Iowa, again, those could drop big-time hail. Even this additional development in the overnight hours could have big hail as well. So go a little further to the east, you get into sections of Iowa and possibly Illinois. This particular run wasn't showing too much activity. Earlier runs was showing a storm forming by about Rockford and moving towards the Chicagoland area, but this particular run, not so much, and that's why we have that lower end chance for the Chicago area for today. So tomorrow, moving forward a little bit, things push a lot further north, a lot further west. Could see some big hail up in sections of western Montana and parts of Idaho where the population's fairly minimal unless you hit, I think, what was a town called Great Falls or something out there. Missoula, a couple other towns out in Montana. could see some storms extending from Rapid City down into the central high plains, and then the outside chance of maybe in the overnight hours some storms extending to the east. So there's not a whole lot, and yes, well, I will check out that paper to see more about how this year has been and how the solar limits are and everything. But so anyway, with tomorrow, again, a lot of hail possible in sections of the country where there aren't a whole ton of people, but gotta get up in that northwest area as a new system is going to be kicking out, and that could give some chances for some hail later on this week in Canada and parts of the Dakotas, and then hopefully towards the Great Lakes region this weekend. And then that future radar, whoops, I'm going into the wrong spot in there. You see storms forming right off to my right. And that's pretty much all we're expecting for tomorrow as well. Hail will be possible, but I think it's going to be a fairly rural area. So follow us here on Facebook. Hit see first. If any big storms happen, we'll do live coverage. We didn't do any live coverage yesterday. I was riding solo since it was Heather's birthday. She had the day off, and Frank was unavailable. So, but today, if anything does go on, we will try to do live coverage, especially if Kansas City, Omaha, or Chicago do get hit. Give us a call, 855-334-4245, right there on the screen if you need any assistance getting used to our website, you need some training, or if you have any other comments, questions, or concerns, or are interested in what Hailtrace has to offer. You can also email us, info@hailtrace.com, or visit our website, hailtrace.com. And finally, follow us on Instagram, where we do post pretty regularly as well. That's just simply @hailtrace. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Do those hail dances. Maybe I'll be back later for some live coverage, and if not, I'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. as always on whichever platform you watch us on. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.